We're Coach John Kelly from Abington, so talking softball. Coach, let's talk about this season, the regular season, all the success that you and your girls have had.
Yeah, it's been a good season. We started out a little slow, and we're really starting to come on now. We've hit the ball very well all year, and that's been the key to our success. You know, we won Lackawanna League Division I, and now we're getting ready for the district playoffs. Start tomorrow.
5A, right?
5A, yes.
Let's talk about some of the challenges in 5A and opponents you may know, opponents you may not know.
The one we really don't know anything about is Southern Lehigh, who's playing North Pocono right now, and we know Pittston very well, having played them the last 2 years in the district final, and North Pocono and Wallenpaupack are both in our league. So the other teams we know quite well. It's the Southern Lehigh that's the surprise team we don't know anything about.
Let's talk about some of the replacements from this year, areas that you had to replace and how the girls have stepped up.
We had to replace our whole outfield. We lost 3 really good senior outfielders, and we have a freshman playing center field who's playing excellent, Bailey White, and our left fielder, Allison Fiorello, is a tremendous defensive player, and then Caroline Kelly settled in at right field. And also at the beginning of the season, our catcher from last year, Katharina Kopinski, hurt her shoulder in our first game at Parkland and was out for like a month, so we had to move Nina Kozar from first base behind the plate. So we had to mix it up a little bit early on, and now we're starting to really gel now.
Let's talk about the bats and getting girls to step up as the year's gone on. A lot of indoor play this year for a lot of teams. Have you seen a change in your team as time has kind of moved on here?
Absolutely. We all started out slow. I think every team had the same challenge. When you're indoors, it's just not the same. You don't see the ball. It took us a couple of weeks outside till we started to get in a groove, and right now we're just hitting the ball very well. We have Katharina Kopinski, who leads the league in home runs. Nina's been hitting the ball well. We have 4 girls that are hitting over 500, so we're really on a roll right now. Hopefully we can keep it up.
Let's talk about the coaching staff. You guys being on the same page and making sure this is all working together, and you guys have had a lot of success the last several years.
We have a great staff. Vic Thomas started with me back in 2000. The two of us have been together. Our junior high coach, Cleve Elney, has also been with us since 2000. And Vic's son, Michael, joined us right out of high school and has been with us for quite a while. He's doing really well. And we added John DiMatteo 2 years ago. It's stepped in and has really done a great job. So our staff is very good, and we all work together very well, and everybody knows their position. Like Vic's our hitting coach, and you know we all specialize in an area, and it's working really well right now.
Well, John, congratulations on a great run in the playoffs. It's a tough time of year because you lose, you're done, but right. I know you feel real good about what you've done in the regular season. We wish you the best here in the postseason.
Thanks, John. Thanks for everything you do. Appreciate it.
Nadia Solon joining us from Abington Heights here on the John Mendola Show. We talked about the softball program, and let's talk about your role on the team as a senior. What position do you play, and what does Coach expect of you?
Well, beginning of the season, I played first base. I originally played second, and then because of an injury, and then I also moved back to second, and then went to shortstop, played third a little bit, and I also had a little time pitching.
How about the fun you're having right now with this group of ladies?
I'm having a lot of fun. This is definitely one of the best years I played. Senior year, I'm trying to make the best of it.
As far as the team and the infield, take us through around the horn there in the infield. Who's playing where?
Okay, so pitcher, we have Megan. She's doing an awesome job. She's really keeping the team going and like limiting the offense and the other team. And our defense behind her is Nina's catching. She's doing a great job. She played first base last year. Her and Catherine Ann switched first and catcher, and they're both doing like awesome at each position. Maria Tully stepped up to second base. She's doing really good as well. I'm playing shortstop, and Mara Ham is playing third. We have a lot of new players at different positions, and they're all stepping up and doing the best they can. It's pretty successful.
You got a couple of siblings, Savannah and Lola.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about each of them, where they're at in their life.
Savannah she went to Empire Beauty School. She's currently going back to school, Liberty College, and I have a younger sister, Lola, and she's in 6th grade.
Cool. Biology and math, couple subjects you like. You're a 3.8 type of student. So let's talk about that next step for you. Where you're going to head, and what are you going to study?
I'm going to be a physician's assistant at Thomas Jefferson. I'm studying that there, and I'm pretty excited. It's in Philadelphia, and I'm going with my friend Cassidy, doing the same thing.
Let's talk about your dad and as a role model, your older sister, a couple of people you look up to and try to, teach you what life's all about and what you take from them?
Well, my dad was definitely a great father figure, and he got me into softball, and he would practice with me in the backyard, and he'd show me all the little things and do drills with me, and he taught me a lot of what I know, and I'm really grateful for that. My sister I just looked up her as a role model for my growing up and how to act, and she really taught me a lot.
Well, it's been a great year thus far. The postseason's upon us, and we wish you the very best. Nadia, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Cassidy Barkowski joining us from Abington Heights. She is a senior and also plays the infield. So, Cassidy, talk about this group of girls at Abington, the success you're having.
This group of girls, honestly, is the most fun group of girls I've ever been with. They're fun on and off the field. They definitely know when to get serious and when to not get serious. I think that's one of our strengths, definitely, is that we know when we need to bear down and when we can have a little fun.
Let's talk about some of the fun stuff, the movies, the bonfires, the sleepovers.
Yeah, we go to the movies usually every year, and the whole team goes, and we usually watch an inspirational movie, something about sports. And we also have bonfires and sleepovers. We have one this Friday just to keep us together off the field so that our cooperation on the field is better.
Let's talk about you have a sister, Justine. Tell us a little bit about what she's up to.
My sister, Justine, is 21. She didn't go to college. She's working in ministry up in Rhode Island right now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the classroom for you. You enjoy biology. You're doing real well there.
Yeah, I definitely love biology. I take anatomy, microbiology, so I'm definitely into all that stuff.
Physician's assistant as well at Thomas Jefferson University.
Yeah.
Let's talk about heading there with your best friend.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be something new and something different. It's a different area, so I'm definitely looking forward to all the opportunities that come there.
Let's talk about your dad as an inspiration and why.
My dad's an inspiration. He stuck with me through everything. Ever since I was a little girl, he always stuck with me through softball. So he's definitely a big part off the field. I always look forward to coming home and talking to him about my games and stuff, and he always knows what to say to get me to perform better, and he always just pushes me and everything. So.
What do you really like about this team?
I definitely like the vibe that we get all together. It's just such a positive and inspirational environment to be in. Everyone's kind of pushing each other, but at the same time it's in a fun and playful way. So I think that's great to have on a team.
Cassidy Barkowski from Abington Heights. The best of luck down there in Philly.
Thank you.
Catherine Ann Kopinski is with us from Abington Heights. We're talking softball. It's your sophomore year. Let's talk first about some of the seniors on the team and how they try to lead this group.
Our seniors on the team are Cassidy Barkowski, Nadia Solin, Megan McGinley, and Kelly Seachalk, and I think they do a great job of leading. I think all four of them really have something different to give. Sometimes one will be vocal and one leads by example on and off the field. Others just, a good time to be around and really pick us up when we're doing bad on the field. So I think the four of us really do come together. The four seniors do come together and, give something that they bring something to the table that's just really great when it comes to playing.
Let's talk about first base and catcher, a couple positions you play and what you do in each.
I did play catcher for my freshman year, and then at the beginning of this year I did suffer a shoulder injury, so I did get to experience some time at first base, but my shoulder's feeling 100%, and I've been playing pretty good at first base, so I'm happy at where I am right now.
Field hockey, another sport you play?
I do. I love playing field hockey. It kind of keeps me in shape, lets me do something all year round. I mean, I do play travel softball, and that does keep me on the move too, but I think field hockey's great when it's assisting my softball career.
How about Clark?
Clark's my sister. She used to play softball with me, and I just think that having a younger sister, pushes me to be a role model to her and to my other teammates as well, my younger ones.
Biology and math, a couple of subjects you're pretty darn interested in or good at.
Yeah.
And you carry a 4.0, so let's talk about what you like about them.
When it comes to academics, I do like to go towards the math and science fields. I think English and social studies could be, a little boring sometimes, where I feel like math and science you're always kind of thinking, and my academics come first, so I always try to strive to get that 4.0 GPA before any of my athletics.
Let's talk about your folks and why they're important to you.
I think my parents are, the most important people in my life. They do. I think I am just like my mom and just like my dad, and they're great people, and they push me to be, the best athlete I could be or the best student I could be. Even in the house, they teach me things and tell me things, and I'm just really grateful for my parents.
Well, Catherine Ann, thank you for your time. We wish you the best as the playoffs get along here.
Thank you so much.
Megan McGinley is with us from Abington Heights. We're talking softball. Pitcher, important role. Talk about being on the mound.
Yeah, being on the mound is really important. Having a strong pitcher for any team is really important, and just a big role to fill in.
Talk about when you first started pitching, how long you've been going after it, and nowadays you hear just about everybody's got a pitching coach and all this stuff. So tell us your story.
I started pitching when I was 11 or 12, and I didn't really get a pitching coach until then. And a pitching coach is important, but it's also really important to work on your own on the stuff that your pitching coach is giving you.
Talk about your mechanics and making sure you're healthy and while you're doing it, and just working on those little things.
Mechanics are a big part of pitching. If you don't have your mechanics, then you don't have speed, movement, or anything like that.
Let's talk about the fun stuff that you do with your teammates. A couple of the other ones are talking about the sleepovers and the bonfires. Take us through what you look at as real memorable there at Abington Heights with this group of girls.
I love all my teammates. They're all super fun to hang out with. The bonfires are fun. We always find games to play. We listen to music, stuff like that. And going to movies is fun with them too.
Got a bunch of siblings, so tell us about who they are and what they're up to.
Yeah, I got 3 younger brothers. One of them is a wrestler, one of them is a football player, and the other one, he's really into video games and tech stuff.
Microbiology, a favorite subject? You have a favorite teacher or just something you enjoy?
No, it's just something I enjoy. I like science, and microbiology is really fun because it's really hands-on and you're always doing labs and stuff like that. Let's
talk about Mansfield University, the next step for you. Why are you going there? What are you going to study?
I'm going to Mansfield University to play softball. I'm not really sure what I'm going to study yet. I'm just going in undecided, but I really love the campus, and the coach is super nice, so I'm excited.
All right, Megan, well, congratulations on a great high school career. Still more to be played, and we wish you the best at Mansfield University.
Thank you.
Nita Kozar is with us from Abington Heights, continuing the conversation about this softball program. You're a junior. Let's talk about this year's position, where you played in the past, and what you like about this year's position.
I actually catch mainly for my travel team, but wherever my team needs me, I'll play. My freshman year, I hit for one of my teammates, and then my sophomore year, I played first, and now I'm catching because of an injury with another player. And it's been a great experience being on different parts of the field and seeing how different people play with one another.
Field hockey, one of the other sports you play. How much are you into that?
I'd say softball is my main sport, but it's a great sport for me to get really into running and making sure I get in more shape than I am more so for softball season.
Couple siblings, Luke and Claudia. What are they up to, and are they into sports at all?
Both of my siblings are into sports. My sister plays lacrosse and field hockey. Her and I are actually on the same team this year. And then my brother plays soccer, and we're always running around with him for his travel team.
Biology and math, couple subjects you enjoy. You're doing real well there, 3.8 in the classroom. Talk about being a dedicated student athlete.
I definitely put my studies in front of my sports without a doubt. My parents always stress that, most importantly, that if your grades aren't where they're at, we're going to cut you out of sports. And it's just important to always be studying, trying to get ahead in my classes, and my teachers have been great in supporting me in doing that.
You're involved with a bunch of clubs at school. Talk about being so active in the school, as in addition to the academics and athletics, really well-rounded there overall.
Well, with the clubs, we have so many clubs at our school, and just being around people who have similar interests as I do just makes my high school experience more enjoyable. And Transition Team is one of those clubs that helps other students, specifically the freshmen who are new with the school, and allowing them to assimilate into the high school system and how it works. And that program especially has been such a great experience for me to do and be involved in.
Nita, great to hear your story, and playoff time, you're ready to go, right?
I am ready to go.
All right, Abington Heights softball here on the John Mendola Show.
Thank you.
Mara Ham is with us from Abington Heights. She's a sophomore. Let's talk about your position, third base. Talk about being tough down there at third, not easy.
Yeah, definitely. It's the hot corner sometimes. My job is mainly to support Megan as much as I can, limit mistakes, do my best.
And we've seen a lot of girls over time wearing the gear and stuff. How
Yeah,
about for you?
Definitely. I definitely wear a face mask. I don't want to mess up my face or anything like that.
Let's talk about being a leadoff hitter, what your role is there.
Okay, so as a leadoff hitter, my job is really to get on base. It's not as much about hits and RBIs as it is just getting on base, walks, working counts, like seeing out the pitcher, and getting on base for my other teammates to hit me in.
Take us through your lineup and who some of the hitters are on your team, whether it's the long ball or getting on base. Take us through a couple highlights there.
So definitely, I'm like a line drive hitter. I'm definitely not a power hitter. Then next after me is Naughty Soul, and she's our 2-hitter. She's got some power too, but she's mostly like line drives, doubles like me. And then Catherine Ann is definitely a bomb hitter, and same with Nina in the 4-hole.
Let's talk about travel softball for you, who you play with and where you go with that.
So some of the girls on this team are actually on my organization. Our center fielder, Bailey White, has been my teammate since I was 10. I know Cassidy Barkowski was also in the organization, and our pitcher, Megan, is now in it too.
Well, you're outstanding in the classroom, a 4.0.
Yeah.
You really enjoy science. Talk about being so dedicated in the classroom.
Grades are really important to me. It's definitely difficult to find a balance between softball and grades for me, but grades are definitely really important.
Let's talk about your mom and dad as inspirations and why.
Yeah, they're the best. They're the biggest role models I could ever have. They're the most supportive people ever. I know I could always count on them after a bad game for support.
Well, Mara, it's great to hear your story, and we wish you the best going forward, and keep getting on base.
Thanks.
Bailey White is with us. She's a freshman, plays center field. And Bailey, one of the questions coming into this season was, we don't have an outfield. We need an outfield. And Coach said, boy, the outfield really came around. Talk about you and the other players in the outfield that have stepped up your game.
Well, we've done a really good job, I think. I'm really, really comfortable with my outfield. My partners in left, Allison Fiorello, and Caroline Kelly and Jane Mecca in right. They've been really, really helpful, and I trust them when we're out there.
For you, let's talk about coming onto the scene as a freshman, playing varsity athletics, what that experience was like.
It was terrifying, and I'm very grateful that I got the opportunity to start in center. I didn't think I was going to be able to as a freshman coming on, but I felt very, very, very thankful for my coaches that gave me the chance, and my team that let me on so easily. There was no issue at all. I stepped on comfortably, and I'm still there. I'm still doing pretty well.
Nice seniors over here. Talk about them welcoming you in, and making sure that they're doing their job and everybody else is doing their job, and a bunch of them are going on to do great things. And I guess when you go to Abington Heights, that usually happens. You go on, you move on, and you do some better things in life.
Yeah, I'm really gonna end up missing, especially of all the seniors, I'm gonna miss Megan especially, because she did such a good job of welcoming me on, and she's just been really, really nice to me. She treats me like an equal. I'm not a freshman to her. I'm just another friend, another teammate, and that's definitely helped me settle on the field. I'm not sure where I'd be without her if I didn't have her backing me up.
Let's talk about the next step for you. And again, you're just a freshman. You got years down the road to think about what you may want to do, but what are a couple ideas you're thinking about right now?
As of right now, I'm hoping to be a airline pilot. If I can, I want to get into the Air Force Academy and go through there. And if that doesn't work, then I want to go to Embry-Riddle in Arizona and see where it goes from there. I really want to travel the world and see places, and the best way to do it is to be always on the move and always be seeing new things.
Well, it's refreshing to hear somebody so young as a freshman, very focused on what they want in the future. We wish you the very best. Congratulations on a nice year.
Thank you.